Babel, 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 Babel. Me would to be a million, I want you. So, maybe more comments I was on Balcom, you away. Oh, we are one.
Militant activities in Nigeria's all-rich Niger Delta region was at its peak in 1997 when expatriate workers were kidnapped for ransom in what the youth called a strategy to draw the world to the pitiable condition of the area, despite being the goose that lays the golden egg.
The output of oil had been reduced and the oil companies were declaring or were preparing to declare for a force majeure, in layman's term, that Nigeria was going to go broke.
At a time in our history, as a nation, we couldn't meet up our production quota in OPEC.
To quell the unrest, the Nigerian government offered a program to rehabilitate and reintegrate the Niger Delta youth into the mainstream of society. It was called the Amnesty Program.
I don't want you to be calling that name Amnesty, please. It's an insult on our people.
The late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua invoked Section 175, Paragraph 1 of the Nigerian Constitution, which provides that the President may grant any person concerned with or convicted of any offense created by an act of the National Assembly a pardon, either free or subject to lawful conditions.
It took one man, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, as Vice President of Nigeria, to go to the creeks himself. He went to the creeks to negotiate and bring out our leaders from the creeks, which of course gave way to the Presidential Amnesty Program granted by our late leader, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua.
The risk Goodluck Jonathan took as a serving Vice President to come to the creeks of Camp 5 in Delta State, in a place where you have over 5,000 young men armed to the teeth, over 80 gunboats controlled by Ijaw youths with rocket launchers and different type of powerful arms. Yet he took the risk. He came with his ADC only.
When the youth of the Niger Delta laid down their arms and accepted amnesty, Nigeria's oil reserves appreciated considerably.
Since amnesty has come to stay, let us also use legal means to address our issues and look for a total peace.
It was just a bribe to allow our oil to flow.
Grappling with the recurring decimal of oil spills in the Niger Delta, the Nigerian economy has been thriving on the proceeds of the black gold from the region. Perhaps what may have brought a little succor to the people of the Niger Delta was the emergence of their son, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 2011. However, the administration of the Otueke-born politician has had to deal with one major problem: the issue of Boko Haram in the northeastern part of Nigeria. The insurgents have been unleashing terror in that region, fueled by an inflammatory statement credited to the presidential candidate of the opposition party, Muhammadu Buhari. I quote, "If what happened in 2011 should again happen in 2015, by the grace of God, the dog and the baboon will all be soaked in blood. Despite these distractions from the sect, the rebasing of Nigeria's gross domestic product reveals that the country has the largest and leading economy in Africa. As political activities intensify in Nigeria, the uncomfortable phenomenon of violence in the north has reared its ugly head again. While the opposition party's presidential standard-bearer had hitch-free and violence-free campaigns in Bayelsa and states of the South-South, the reverse has been the case for the leading presidential candidate. The presidential campaign train of the People's Democratic Party, led by His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, has suffered untold attacks in some of the northern states.
Those who preach and practice violence, we are always telling them that they do not have monopoly of violence. As we are calm, we are very civil. General Buhari came to Ijaw land, stepped on our sacred soil, stood in our facilities, abused our brother, drove out, and nothing happened to him. We safeguarded him. We did everything to protect him because we know that the sanctity of life is the most important thing on earth. But in his own state, Katsina, Bauchi, just not. These things that happen, General Buhari knows that we are not cowards. We are not woman rapper. We are not shakara people. When we mean something, we do it. We are worried that days after, they begin to burn buses that carry the face of the president. Then they stone the president. Then they molest the president. We are worried. We are saying that if we have allowed a level field playing ground, they also need to allow a level field playing ground for the president. We are beginning to call the Niger Delta people to say, what is happening in this country? Why is our president not having a level field playing ground to campaign in this country? But we are reasonable people who will not follow them the way they are using violence against the president. We want Nigerians, we want the Westerners to see what is happening in this country. President Goodluck remains the president of this country. For a president to be molested shows that the candidates, the APC candidates, have started to show to the world what he's made of. We all know him that he's a candidate who always comes with violence. It is that violence that they have started with. And we as the job people will not fail to defend our own.
It is our right. It is our privilege. And anything that will not allow President Goodluck Jonathan to come back for his second tenure. And we have decided to adopt non-violence approach in several ways. But at the end, some certain persons in this country has told us that power is their birthright. And we want to assure them that the only way sustainable peace can be retained in Nigeria is that they should give us our second tenure. And if they say no,
The attack of the Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's campaign team in the northern part of Nigeria is being widely condemned by Nigerians, most notably Chief Edwin Clark, elder statesman and leader of the Ijaw ethnic nationality.
The violence that is taking place there is barbaric, and therefore we don't have to support it. That will be putting Nigeria in flame. What is going on in the north is intimidation. So one should not follow it. But Jonathan is going to win.
Deeply hurt that one of their own is now the target of violence in the north, ex-freedom fighters of the Niger Delta region converged on Yenagoa, the Bayelsa state capital, to discuss the disturbing issue.
In this country today, they are talking about insecurity. They want to use militancy as an excuse to push out our own. And today, they are intimidating our own. There is nothing we can do. Let us keep grudges apart and be one. One thing I will assure you, General Bolos, are retired but not tired. You can go back and carry the novel at any time. And I want everybody to be rest assured that we will win. Whether you like it or not, the devil is always a liar. There is one thing that keeps us together, which is the oil. And today, the oil is below $50. It affects the whole Nigeria. But I will assure you, and I want everybody to keep their feet together, that we must collect our oil back. We must collect our oil back from this people. And we must make sure we see the product. If these people move and they feel they will take the power back from us, then we will take our oil back from this company called Nigeria. Hands up! Hands up! Is that me, man? Where's the boss in a bar? Boss a man, me a ball, Alazi Baba, I'm me. Come and say that you see me. You say what to me, Baba, I can fight. But you say what I'm going to talk about, I can go fight. And the back and up and I'll go to me, man. Come and say, I'm going to be a man, 1 month down, can't buy a for me. And I'm going to say, as you do, okay, Bromley. Tana, we'll take it, it's like we pray. We'll take it, it's like we pray. My country more pro-Nike is a good time you can go fine. We're going to pro-Nike. But I name in Brahme, me Bayasam, me Rone Wari. Only government to be able to see the Bamubi may was a story. And also see them like I'm such a game. Or take a what take a about Lugami. Can you go to Promo? Tara Americana, Barman, or not Benny. GFC said he would love everybody to forget about the past. At this moment, if you are angry with him, he's apologizing to you. If you have offended him, he has forgiven you. That we should come together once again, as it was then, to cross the remaining part of this river. That's just what he said. Unity, peace, determination to defend our land. And he's told us something. He gave us one reassuring statement that there is nobody, no ethnic nationality in this country that is stronger than the John nation.
We should not forget in a hurry our 50 years back. Where did it get us to? Buhari has been there before. This man came, removed the meal ticket from our institution. This man came, did all sorts of things. Several years after, I was in primary school. They say I am future leader. Buhari was then. Today, I am 30 plus. Buhari is still the one to be president of Nigeria. Then where is the future? It means there is no future anywhere. So I commend the governor of Lagos State, Governor Raji Fashola, who has come out openly to tell Lagosians and indeed Nigerians that candidates who are above 60 years have become too old and cannot cope with the job. Fashola said so. So we advise the APC and their candidates to please allow this transformation to continue. They should allow the train that has started moving from Lagos to Ibadan, from Lagos to Kano, from Port Harcourt to Enugu, going up to Maiduguri, to continue so that we can link up the entire country. We don't want to return to the dark days where our airports were laughing stocks, to the dark days where children roam about the streets in the north in the name of Amajiri. We don't want those dark age no more.
The ex-agitators also made reference to the hospitality accorded the presidential standard bearer of the opposition party. They wondered why their father and president of Nigeria was not treated in like manner.
So we are appealing to them to stop the violence. We are appealing to them to stop the violence. We are appealing to them to stop the violence. Because if they don't, for every action, there will be opposite and equal reaction. And as they push us, when the comes to become, the happen will surely happen.
People have been there for 12 years as President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. And during their term, we worked tirelessly. We people in the Niger Delta, we supported them with all our strength, with all our votes.